Nightcap recap. What up, players?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a Nightcap recap. Feel free to follow along here. Full Press Media up on YouTube. Special Team Media as well. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis. We are back better than ever. We got a lot to dive into. Guys, appreciate you all the support you guys are showing us. A lot of NBA talk. We don't do this a lot, but it's a special time in this area, especially for the Knicks fans. We got to talk about it. We got to party like it's 1990 again. Teddy, what is up, my brother?
Jimmy, always great to see you, brother. Normally, I start it with my regular spiel, but in honor of today, 30-year anniversary of Scott Hall showing up on WCW Nitro, kickstarting the Monday Night Wars, you know who we are, but you don't know why we're here. The Nightcap Recap here is here to take over the podcast world. We're ahead of the game. We're for the fans, and we're going to be here for the next 30 years, celebrating 60 years of the NWO. Tune in right here to the end to the Nightcap Recap. That's just too sweet, Jimmy.
Too sweet, baby. I love that. That's a great intro. We told you. What did we say after game one? What did we say on this show? What did I say? Knicks in 4. I said it was over. Sweep. It was coming. You said I'd be nice 5. I was like, yo, it's over in 4. I'm like, it's done in 4. Like that. Look, Knicks, talk about ending a series, emphasis on a series. Dominating fashion. Up by 40 at one point. I think they finished with 37-point victory. But every closeout game in every round, they've killed the team. Like, completely killed them.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Jimmy. I mean, dominating fashion. The way they're doing it, too. It's not just they're skating by and winning these games. Besides the comeback, that game one comeback on the Cavs, they've pretty much dominated their way since they were down 2-1 to the Hawks. And I got some numbers for you. Like we said it, the hottest team in the league. Haven't lost since April 23rd. We're sitting here after Memorial Day. That's about a calendar month of having not losing a game. 11 straight victories. And then here we go. 17.9. During the streak, the Knicks have averaged 17.9 points per game on fast breaks. And bear with me, I got some numbers here. Plus 23.8 point differential, highest in the league history during an 11-game span, regular season or postseason. So we never seen this before.
This is dominating fact. Like, we talk about, like, teams of the past, like, dominating. We always say about, Bulls were dominating. Talk about Celtics, Pistons. But I don't think any of those teams were dominant like this.
No, we haven't seen an 11-game span like this in any postseason run in NBA history.
Not even the Golden State Warriors of the Dynasty Warriors did stuff like this.
Not even the Warriors, not even the Miami Heat, not even the Bulls, not even the Lakers. So the Knicks are doing this in one playoff run here. So that's incredible. Let's talk about the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson, right? He's been the king of New York. I think you and I right now, look, people want to say Aaron Judge, the Yankees made a World Series run.
No,
if Brunson delivers it, right now it's Brunson. And this Knicks, the New York has one basketball team. They don't even think the Nets exist.
The Nets might move back to New Jersey for all we know.
So the Knicks, when it comes to basketball, look, we know the football has 2 teams. We know the baseball has 2 teams. The city gets together when it comes to basketball. There's one team. So Jalen Brunson is the number one guy in New York City right now in the fourth quarter, right? Brunson has shot 72.2%. 26 to 36. Right. The league average is 42.9. This guy's shooting 73% in the fourth quarter of this 11-game winning streak. He's the closer. He's the guy you bring in and say, game's over, lights out. What do we say? Coaches tell teams, get it to like under 15 in the fourth quarter. Get it to 10. Maybe we got a chance because no lead is safe anymore. Jalen Brunson has a way of extending those 11 to 15-point leads and turning them into 20-point leads, 25-point leads. And that's been with the help of Landry Shamet, who's shooting 70% from three-point, which we rarely see. And Cat, again, finally becoming the big man. He's been much maligned, even from his time in Minnesota, not being the big man he should be. Finally stepping up, the offense running through him. So fourth quarter has been phenomenal for the Knicks.
What about the second half stats? Because I was listening the other day on the radio. They were saying that the Knicks, under their coach that they have right now, when he was coaching
Mike
Brown, when he was coaching other places. I think it was with Golden State.
Yeah, he was with Golden State.
The halftime adjustments he make, his teams coming out of half would have like a better point differential, better than the rest of the league.
Yeah, for some reason there's no second half stats here, but I mean that all coincides with everything else, man. I mean,
Yeah.
first in wins, first in home playoff wins, first in field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, plus minus, layups, rebounding percentage, defensive rating, field goal percentage. The Knicks are number one in almost every category that we're talking about here. And 262 points off point differential, the biggest in any 11-game span. We just said it. 6 straight double-digit playoff road wins. Again, first time in NBA history. 7th team to sweep the conference semis and the conference finals in NBA history. So that just tells you with the point differential, they're already going into second halves and they're way ahead. And the Knicks, they dealt with it in Philly. They dealt with it here with Cleveland. You're going to take the team's best punch, and then you're going to extend these leads to 20 points and more. And Brunson and those guys don't even make it a factor. They don't even have you second guessing. As my coworker Emmer says, he wants stress-free games. The Knicks have provided that pretty much throughout this entire playoff run. You haven't even had to stress anything except for that game 1 comeback, which was historical.
That's ridiculous what they're doing. I mean, yeah, because I was listening the other day. They were saying Mike Brown, like when he coaches, when the team, usually the first half's pretty close, but when they come out of the second half adjustments, his team's like just blow the doors.
So they're the best third quarter team pretty much,
yeah,
right?
They're pretty much the best third quarter team in the league. Like the Knicks have been the best third quarter, fourth quarter team. They close out games. Look, and it all stems back to the first game. Like Kenny Atkinson, love you as a coach, but like, dude, you cannot be saying you were winning the analytical battle.
Analytical wins.
No, dude, you sound like Rob Brendamore a couple of years ago in the Stanley Cup Playoffs when they got swept. It was closer than a sweep, bro. You got swept. I want to hear about numbers. Yeah. You had one job to do in game 1. It was beat the Knicks. You're up 22. No timeouts. You cost yourself at least an extra game in the series. Maybe the series win. I'm not saying Cleveland's going to win, but I'd probably stop the Knicks in that game. And I think Knicks bounce back and win 4 straight anyway. It's probably a gentleman's sweep. But everything goes back to game 1. Cavs blew it. And James Harden, you played no D. Brother, your defensive game was awful. These quotes that are coming out of Cleveland are ridiculous.
I mean, that's a recurring theme through his whole career, Jimmy. I mean, he's always been like
not. I was on a show pre-recorded for Sunday on Sportsnet. I said this. The last time James Harden was good in the playoffs was when he was with the Crew in OKC.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll give him the one playoff round when they took Golden State to the brink when he was with Houston. Him and Chris Paul.
He was the only guy.
They took the Warriors, the Dynasty Warriors, to a Game 7, him and Chris Paul. So that's one anomaly, we'll say. But as far as playing defensively, and his best ball was probably with the OKC boys.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying,
in his career.
Yeah. Like I feel like Russell and KD and James Harden, those 3 dudes beat the Spurs that one year.
Hindsight, look, it's worked out for OKC. They have a championship and they're going back probably. Hindsight, if you kept those 3 guys together, you might have stopped the Warriors and you're the dynasty, right? With those 3 guys.
Maybe KD doesn't go to Golden State.
Yeah. So it's their own fault, but look, it worked out for them. But overall. Yeah,
Knicks, man, Knicks, dude. We said this on a couple podcasts ago, I think.
Yeah,
we said this. This is the best Knicks team that has gone to the finals, and it's the best Knicks team I think we've seen in a really long time. Better than the teams in the '90s, the team that went to '94 and lost to the Rockets. Definitely better than the team that lost to the Spurs because that was an 8 seed that got to the final. But if you think about it, this is the best Knicks team we have seen in our lifetime.
Yeah, and here's a stat for it. Brunson, Josh Hart, Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns, as a lineup, as a starting unit, have scored 368 points together during this streak, the most of any 5-man lineup in this span in these playoffs. So that just tells you right there that the cohesion this team has – look, we know Boston – might have finished ahead of them here in the standings by 1 game this year. It doesn't really tell the whole story. And Detroit, there's always one team in the Eastern Conference that kind of overachieves, and this year was Detroit.
Overachieved this year.
And I'll say this, maybe Detroit would have made it more competitive in this conference finals, but I don't think they had any chance to beat the Knicks. They almost lost to the Orlando Magic.
And Magic, if the Magic played better, they're losing in the first round.
Right. So the Knicks all along, the few times we did talk NBA, we said the Knicks to us always look like the best team.
We were saying going into the playoffs when we did mention the Knicks a little bit, we're like,
they're the best team.
They were the best team. It didn't matter if they were the 3 seed or whatever seed they were. it didn't matter because they were the best team all year in the East.
And let's not talk about defense. You mentioned Mike Brown. That's what he kind of brings to this.
Yeah.
102. That's their defensive rating during the streak. Number 1 in the NBA. In the regular season, they were the 7th best defensive rated team. So not only are they beating teams by 20 plus on a regular basis, they're shutting teams down and holding them under 110 points. In today's NBA, where the scores are astronomical, if you're holding a team under 110, you're probably going to win the game. You have a good chance to win the game. So,
well, I mean, if they're going to play a team like OKC or the Spurs, they're going to have to hold them to under 100 points.
Yeah, and the best thing for the Knicks right now, look, they came out rusty in that first game for the Cavs after the 8-day layoff. They're going to get another 7 to 8 day layoff here. The finals don't start till next Wednesday.
Yeah.
They want this to go 7 because when you have two really good teams that they're just battling and they're just tiring themselves out, that's what you want. You want those guys coming in there beat up, and you want to have fresh legs against a team that you're probably not going to be favored against. Although I think the Knicks have had good regular season success this year against the Spurs. OKC might be a tougher battle, but I'm going to be honest. I think the Knicks can give either.
I think the Knicks are favored to whoever they play against. I really do.
I know Vegas won't have it that way, but personally, as a fan watching,
I don't care what Vegas says. I think the Knicks are the better team against both teams. The way they've been dominating the playoffs, I might be recency bias, but I haven't seen a team this dominant in the NBA in a while. Dominant. Like this dominant.
Here's another one. The Knicks, the first team to win 3 series clinching games by 30-plus points in NBA history, in postseason history.
That's unbelievable.
They beat the Hawks, the Sixers, and Cavs in a closeout game by 30-plus. It's never seen this before.
Dude, at one point it was at 40.
Exactly. So, and here's what I'm most happy about, Jimmy, because you and I are admittedly, we're not Knicks fans, but we're from the area. We grew up here. We know how much Knicks fever took over when we were growing up in the 90s.
Yeah,
right? We have friends, so I'm going to shout them out. Like, we have friends. Like, this is I'm most happy for my boy Emmer, Rob, Dan G, Romano. I got our buddy Joe Petrillo. These are lifelong Knicks fans that grew up.
Knicks fans.
Isn't
Nicky T a Knicks fan?
Nicky T, I do not know. That's a good question. I don't think he's a Knicks fan, though. I don't know if he's a Knicks fan. Yeah, I got to ask him. We got Nicky T. Let us know what team you're on, what team you like when you listen to the show.
And if the Knicks aren't your team, Nicky T, are you rooting for the Knicks?
Are you rooting for the Knicks? So we know growing up we had friends that were live and die by those Knicks playoff runs.
Oh, dude, trust me. I heard it in school in 99. We were there. Everybody's like, how the hell are you rooting for the Spurs? I'm like, the Spurs
You're
guy.
You're a Spurs fan. Yeah, you've been a Spurs fan from day one. So, hey, and look, that was what, like 7th or 8th grade? Yeah. That was a strike shortened year. So the Knicks, that was the days of it was a best of 5 in the first round. The Knicks were able to surprise them, the 1 seed Miami Heat that year. So that was an interesting
and that was the year. And just imagine, we always said this when we were doing the Last Dance reviews. Just imagine if the Bulls kept their team together on a half season.
So MJ is the one that kind of like stopped these guys from doing better of what they could have. Like, it's cool to see the old Knicks players courtside supporting the team, the ones that, whether they won a championship or not, are heroes in the city. So we know what it means.
The 94 to 99 Knicks hold special places for a lot of the fans, because especially Ewing and those guys, they got so close. They lost to the Rockets. Like
and a lot of conference finals heartbreakers too.
Right, they lost to Indiana. They lost to Indiana. They lost to the Bulls. They finally beat the Bulls in 94. Like, it's just heartbreak against Chicago.
So,
and 93, they were up 2-0 against the Bulls, and then Jordan and everybody just ran off 4 straight games. So
and you see the pandemonium on 7th Avenue. Look, there's
great.
It's a lot of new fans, younger fans that don't know, might not have been alive for the history of it, but it's cool to see when the city locally, there's pandemonium, there's excitement. We want to watch every game, so we know what it means. Shout out to those fans and our boy.
I got to shout out my boy. Shout out my boy John Burton down in Nashville Sports Radio. Big Knick fan, loving life right now down in Nashville. Huge Knick guy. Happy for him, and I'm just happy for the Knick fans because like they deserve it, man. Like, this is a long time coming, and you hope that like they don't have to wait like a long time for a championship. You hope this is the year because you just don't know when you're going back.
Think about it. Look, like we said, 27 years since they've been back. So if we're talking about our friends, the people we know, we're 40 now. We were like we were just becoming teenagers when these guys were just, in the last appearance they made. So a lot of people were very young when this happened. So they've been waiting almost half their lives to see this happen. And this brings me to my a fan question.
Fan question. First fan question in a while. Listener
of the pod, big Rangers Notre Dame guy, wants to know, what do we think about the explosion of bandwagon fans, not only just of the Knicks in general in sports? Do we think that they're fraudulent? Is this fraudulent behavior by some of these fans? They're just coming along for the ride. Listen, you and I are both, here's my take. We're both diehard fans. We grew up in the era, stick with your team.
Yeah, stick with your team, man.
Niners sucked for like 15 years, and I stayed with them, and I
Giants
never
were
jumped
awful
ship.
for years, and I got to celebrate 2 Super Bowls in the 2000s. That was that.
If you want to join for the ride now, you never had a team, and you're like, I never really was a fan. I'm not going to get on you. Enjoy the ride. Make sure now you stick with the Knicks from here on out. When they're like the bottom feeding team again, you can't jump ship.
Don't jump on. Don't jump on Golden State's wagon. Don't jump on OKC's wagon.
Yeah.
Don't jump on, Milwaukee's bandwagon. Don't be a bandwagoner. I don't like it. Personally, I say stick with one team. But if you're neutral and you don't care and you just want to see that you like partying with the city, great. I also have one gripe.
Yes.
Can I air my gripe? And my grievance.
I love when you air the grievances on the show, Jimmy. Let's go.
I got to air a grievance. All these celebrities that are at these games, especially on the road and the clinching game, this is what I don't like. You had zero to do with winning that game. Do not be partying like you won the Eastern Conference Championship.
Hey, Timothy Chalamet thinks he's part of the team. He's out there. He's being handed the Eastern Conference trophies with Kylie Jenner.
I hate that. I do not like that because they didn't do anything on the court to earn that title. It's like,
agreed.
It's like no offense, you can do whatever you want when you win your gold medal. Me personally, if I ever won a gold medal and somebody wants to look at it, I said, you can look at it. You're not wearing it because you didn't earn it.
No, you didn't earn it. Jimmy, not a fan of the celebs.
I don't care.
When it's in New York, it's cool. Yeah,
I don't care if you're there at the games, like Ben Stiller, hardcore Knick fan, Spike Lee. Like if Spike Lee was there and doing that, I wouldn't care because it's Spike Lee. Fat Joe, like the guys that live and die with the Knicks.
Tracy Morgan.
Lee, like all those guys. Like if it was in New York, I'd be one thing. Bro, you didn't do anything. Like you didn't do anything to win that championship.
And
like
you're on the
zero.
Court. And you're on the court.
Like it's different. Like fun story. The last 2 years, everybody knows I was in Florida for the Stanley Cup final. Okay. Panthers celebrate. You're walking out, whatever. I got doused with champagne. I didn't know where it came from. Like I was leaving a bar and I got hit with it. I'm like, okay.
You're just there. I
was just there.
You're like, all right.
I'm like, whatever. I'm like, but I wasn't celebrating with the team. I was just there when the celebration was happening.
You were just observing it.
Yeah, I was just observing and I got hit with it. And I was like, oh, okay.
You're officially part of the celebration now. You're that's a cool story. I like that story.
But I didn't join in partying like I won a Stanley Cup. I didn't do anything. But the guys were just like, they were just pouring everything. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm like, I got to enjoy it. Like, I'm enjoying it.
The closest thing I'll compare that to, and this is going to sound really like, wow, this guy really reliving his high school days. High school football, I graduated, right? We graduated, whatever it was, 04. Tenafly was our rival in football. We played them every year at Thanksgiving. Had a heartbreaking loss my senior year in overtime. The following year, in the games in Dumont, last minute win. Myself and the guys who graduated, whatever, the years prior, all ran on the field to celebrate. We were just more observing. That we were like, you know what? Congrats, but you're not part of the team. I didn't act like, oh, hey, I did this. I didn't do this. We were just happy to celebrate with our guys to see the victory.
But it was in Dumont, A.
It was in Dumont, yes.
A, it was in Dumont, and B, it was a year out. If that
was a year out.
That was 10 years out. We'd have to have a discussion.
We'd have to be like, what are you doing, man? We live in high school glory. Yep.
I'd say if it was 10 years out, we'd have to have a discussion. If
Absolutely.
It's a year out, I'll give you leeway on that one.
I appreciate it. We got the 1 year leeway. So.
1 year leeway. What? Because you know what?
Yeah.
We
I played with those guys.
You played with those guys. So that's a different thing. Different. But look, celebrities don't party like you did anything because you didn't. You had to see it. But I got one more thing before we go to hockey. How about
Yeah.
the Knicks fans traveling to Cleveland?
Oh yeah. They took over that. It was like I think 43% of tickets sold were Knicks fans, and that was the whole situation. I think Cleveland. I know every team has the right to not let you sit courtside. It's in the bylaws. I don't know what it is. They have a right.
Yeah.
This is what happened. Fat Joe and some of the celebs got moved. They bought courtside seats and they got moved because the Cavs did not want other fans of other teams courtside. Kind of petty. They had the
That's
right
petty.
to do it.
That's petty.
Listen, they travel to Cleveland. Nobody wants. Look, no disrespect to Cleveland. I've been there a couple times. I'm okay with not being there again. The Knicks fans going to Cleveland to celebrate. Amazing.
This comes back to a movie line. If anybody's seen The Rocker, you'll know where this comes from. Go back to Cleveland.
Yes, I think I remember that. I mean, look, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was awesome.
Look, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, whatever. Cleveland Monsters, shout out. Browns are there, whatever. But hey, Knicks fans took it over, made it MSG. So
I love it.
Good for the Knicks fans. They're off to the NBA Finals. We'll see if they meet the Spurs or OKC. We'll see what happens there.
We'll be talking about it.
We'll be talking about it. You know we'll be talking about it. Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Vegas Golden Knights back to the Stanley Cup Final. Third time, not in their 9th season of existence. 5 conference finals, back to the Stanley Cup Final. Swept the Colorado Avalanche, who was the President's Trophy winner. They were banged up. McCarr banged up. McKinnon, a lot of injuries for Colorado. But Vegas, man, fired their coach with 8 games left. Tortorella comes in. They're like 18-4-1 since he's come in there. 19 for whatever the stat is. Ridiculous. Carter Hart's playing like he's World Junior Carter Hart again. He's on fire. Mitch Marner leads the playoffs, 21 points. Got highly criticized. It was documented. Here his playoff play in Toronto. Everybody knows the story. The criticism's fair because he just didn't deliver, but the whole team didn't deliver. Now he's a Conn Smythe Trophy favorite. Mark Stone comes back. Jack Eichel. Vegas just running on all cylinders right now. Complete sweep. I mean, it wasn't dominant games. They came back in game 3 down 3-0. They're up 1-0. They made it 2-0. Colorado's goaltending was questionable coming in. Could they match? Everybody's like, oh, Colorado could go. But I'm like, Vegas. There's always Vegas, man. And we like villains. You mentioned the NWO, right? These guys feel like the NWO in hockey because they're doing things that expansion teams are not supposed to do. They're like, we're coming in here. We're changing the game. We're a new world order. We're just coming in. We're playing the roles of heels. At first, they were the lovable misfits, the cast-offs from other teams, and bad on general managers because they didn't really know the rules, and they gave away players, and Vegas was set up for success. And Seattle had the same rules, but they didn't take advantage of it. And Vegas is just here, and they have a ruthless mentality of just win, baby. Okay, you're not good this year, you're out. Goaltender stinks, you're gone. Coach, okay, we're going to change up. We want to win every year. We say F them picks, and we're going to go get whoever we want because everybody wants to come to Vegas. And remember, guys, national hockey, well, obviously the WNBA had the aces, but out of the 4 major pro sports, the NHL was there first. The Vegas Golden Knights, it's a hockey town. You think the Raiders, you think anybody else coming in there going to be hockey, dethrone hockey? Don't think again because the Vegas Golden Knights own the city of Las Vegas.
Oh, Jimmy, absolutely. You just laid it out there. 3 appearances in 9 years. And I remember when the Knights, the Golden Knights became a team, the pandemonium, just watching the games, the excitement, it was like a party. So I think you're right. Hockey is definitely taking over that town, especially in that amount, when they have that success early on. My 2 points that I was going to ask you now, number one, obviously I'm just a casual observer, was not aware that Tortorella is now the manager of the Vegas Golden Knights. So shout out to
shout out
favorite.
Torts, man. Back in the Cup
Torts
Finals
as a
for the
Rangers.
first time since 2004 when he won the Cup with Tampa.
I'm happy for him because I loved him when he was coaching the Rangers.
Yeah, he was a good coach with the Rangers. He's a good coach, but he's like the Yoda character now. He's just guiding them. He's not coaching. He's not a mentor. He's just a guiding light. That's it.
He's just a guy. That's a great comparison, man. I like that. And number 2,
guiding light.
Colorado as a 1 seed. Now, I know you said guys were hurt. I mean, is this still kind of an upset in your opinion, or because of the injuries, we can't really put it in that category? What do you think?
I mean, it's an upset because it was a sweep. I don't
Right,
think,
okay.
like, if it wasn't a sweep, I think people would have been like, okay, Vegas just,
Played better,
Colorado,
yeah.
the injuries cut off with them. But the fact that it was a sweep and that
Right.
Colorado was 8-1 in the playoffs coming into the round.
Right,
So,
that's right. Okay.
like,
Yeah.
that's where it's like, okay, what happened? And Colorado didn't look like Colorado from the previous 2 rounds. Like Vegas, the neutral zone trap, they just condensed everything. They brought everything together. They just took away Colorado's best weapon, and they just looked defeated. Like they went up 1-0. There was no urgency in the game, and guess what? In the end, it was too little, too late, and they just didn't play with enough urgency. Goaltending a question mark. Like Colorado just didn't look like the team that that was supposed to win the whole thing, and it's hard. The President's Trophy curse, we get it. Best team hasn't won the cup since 2013. I mean, that's a half season, but if you want to go back to a full season, Detroit's 2008. It's tough to go through the regular season as the best team and then come into the playoffs and do it again.
It doesn't happen. So it's been a long time then. You threw out those 2 stats. I mean,
yeah.
It's almost like you said a curse.
Before that, it was Detroit in 2002, and before that was the Rangers in 94.
Right. That's a long time.
That's
And now that you said curses, just want to mention one thing. We forgot to say it during
Danhausen, baby.
Danhausen, get this guy. We said celebrities. Only celebrity I want to see is Danhausen between Chalamet and Kylie Jenner.
And Danhausen's the only one that can celebrate with the Knicks.
Absolutely. He uncursed the Knicks way back earlier in the playoffs. He cursed the Cavs. Danhausen, the curse is real. Miz, it's real, brother.
It's real, brother. Hey, by the way, Danhausen, if you're listening, how much does an NHL team have to pay you if they win the President's Trophy to break the curse? Just throwing it out there.
A lot of monies. So Danhausen, shout out to him for sure.
Shout out Danhausen. By the way, great. By the way, what he's doing in WWE right now, just unbelievable.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Before you get off the NHL, tell me about the Canes and the Canadians who are playing Game 4 tonight, right? It's 2-1
Game 4 tonight. I mean,
what are we feeling about this? How are you feeling about this?
Carolina just dominating right now.
Right.
Montreal's got to shoot the puck. They're just not getting enough shots on goal. I know Carolina's system, they just throw pucks, but 14 games against 8 games, you're kind of seeing it but right now they only have 1 shot on goal. The last game they had 13 shots on goal and you went to overtime. The game before that, 12 shots on goal. You got to generate something. You can't Carolina's getting to their game. It's a modern version like Vegas. Vegas is a modern version of what New Jersey used to do. Just suffocate you. And they're playing in the offensive zone and they make you defend and they get you tired. When you get in the offensive zone, your shots are weak. You can't generate offense. And to get the breaks you need against this team, you have to be aggressive. Montreal played great in Game 1. Tip passes, quick breakouts, things like that. But you can't feed into Carolina's game. And they get too cute and they get too fancy. My coach always said, just throw pucks on net and good things happen. And when it happens, pucks go in the net. It hits a leg. It goes off a pad. It hits a butt. Hits your arm. Goes off your face. Somehow the puck goes in the net. Throw pucks on net. Good things happen. Montreal really needs to shoot the puck. But it's a young team. They're the youngest team in the playoffs. It's a learning experience. You got to learn to lose before you can win. I know I always say it. We said it with the Knicks. I'll say it here. When you have these runs, you got to take advantage of them. But sometimes you just run into a better team. Everybody wants to talk about 1 shot away, 1 shot away. No, they were not 1 shot away. They were a goal or 2 away from being up 3-0 right now. But that's a goal, not a shot, because the shot might not go in. It's a goal away. And if you don't shoot the puck, you don't get those opportunities. They got to test Frederick Anderson. They got to just change something up. It's too much of the same. And I think it feeds into Carolina's playbook. And, I think we might see, look, anything can happen in Game 4. By the time you watch this on Thursday, Montreal could be tied or they could be up 3-1. If Carolina wins Game 4, I expect this series to be over Friday.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, what I wanted to say was I thought the Canadians, I know you threw that stat out where, like, hey, the team had that long layoff. It seemed like Carolina, though, knocked the rust off game one, and now we're back. Like, okay, we're back in this now,
Well,
two to
yeah, I
one.
mean Carolina found their game, and the
Yeah, they
Canadians
found their
let them
game.
have their game in game one up to like 3. They played into the lead, and now, but the problem is they're just not generating anything. You got to
Right.
just shoot the puck. Can't get fancy. Bring a different look. Like I remember playing. Like if something wasn't going right, change something up. Get the goaltender moving. Drag the power moves to the net. Just something, because it's just not working against a good Carolina team that's just going to wear you down. So I think I could see Carolina. Well, Vegas is already there, so I think Carolina and Vegas could probably be the Stanley Cup final, and they'll start on the East Coast. So I mean, it's crazy. Think about that. So, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this stat with the Vegas Golden Knights. They're the 5th team to make the Stanley Cup final, having less than 40 wins in the regular season.
There you go. There you go. I mean, that tells you right there, man.
So again, things for Vegas didn't go their way in the regular season. Injuries to William Karlsson, the goaltending, everything. So, but yeah, Stanley Cup final, we're getting close to having that like we're having with the NBA final. Wrestling talk.
Wrestling, baby.
Bread and butter here. AEW Dynamite was really good, by the way.
Double or Nothing. Yeah, it was phenomenal, Jimmy. I mean, I watched it. I had it on. Again, the only nitpick that we always say, it's very long, but guess what? Every match delivered. It was a hell of a show. When you see the wrestling that occurred on that pay-per-view and you compare it to what's going on the other brand, the WWE, it's night and day. It blows it out of the water. I mean, every match. I mean, Takeshita and Okada,
they
unbelievable.
Killed each other.
Opening tag match with Christian.
That was awesome by the way.
Oh my! What do we say? We said students of the game, FTR, and their mentors, Cope and Christian. They were gonna write a love letter to wrestling, and they did with that tag match. And I quit tag match. I mean, you just go down the line, man. Name a match, banger after banger after banger.
That's what the papers views are for. They're just too damn long. And the other part is Tony, if you're listening, because I know you listen.
Yep, he does.
I know you're listening, Tony.
He's always listening.
But you've listened to our advice before, because I've seen the changes on the program. Because you've gotten back to what you were. The only other piece of advice I'm going to keep saying is this. I like a wrestling program that gives me no angle at the end. I want the final shot when the pay-per-view goes off to be the champion holding the title high above his head. Whether it's a heel, whether it's a baby face, you go to the credits and the show goes off. I don't need an angle after that. I don't care if there's a baby face on a stretcher being wheeled out. I do not want to see the angle until I get to regular television.
You know why, Jimmy? Because that builds curiosity, right? That builds suspense. Like, oh man, I want to tune in and see what's going on. Like, what's going to be the fallout and the backlash of everything that we just saw? And that is what that leads to. If you finish your show with just the championship, whether it's a heel or a baby face, people want to tune in and be like, all right, what's next? What's happening next? So I agree with that. We had that Kevin Knight, heel turn, I guess, at the very end, where he took out Darby. I mean, Darby was already beaten down. I mean, do we need more of that? This should have happened on Dynamite.
This should have happened on Dynamite. Like, Darby comes out. Like, this is what I would have done. Darby comes out, thanks to crowd, thanks to everybody for the title run. Kevin Knight comes out and just beats him up.
And there you go.
And that's your heel turn.
That's your angle, your heel turn, whatever it is. You take the shine off MJF a little bit, right? When that's something like
right? because now you're taking the focus away from the title. You're putting it on Darby and Kevin Knight. Why So why are we doing that?
Yeah, and especially when MJF just became the 3-time world champ at the age of 30, first 3-time AEW world champ. I mean, or I think Mox might have done it already, but
Mox did it already.
Yeah, MJF is the youngest, I guess, in AEW terms to do that. So that's where you want the focus to be. I mean, we knew he was going to win the title back. Another great match.
How about that Stadium Stampede match, though?
Yeah, what do we think about that, man? I mean, again, let's give a shout out to Jericho for getting Metallica to agree to. Tony had to pay again. Anytime Metallica music is used, I know they had to pay a lot of money.
I wonder if Jericho probably put in some dollars.
Yeah, Jericho's got a friendship with Lars, the drummer, so maybe they're like, yeah, you know what? And a tune that doesn't get played a lot, that's very good. Used it for the pre-show package. I love that. And the match itself was great too, man. What chaos!
I mean, it goes back to the first Stadium Stampede that we watched during COVID. It was just this is just a fun match that was a cinema match that turned into a staple of Double or Nothing now.
And it's big, yeah. That's the thing. It's grown to what it is now, and I think every year we expect just an entertainment. We're not looking at it from a what kind of technical wrestling or high.
No, it's just a brawl. It's just
going to be a brawl, and how they're going to make me be entertained with some fun.
That's
stuff
an entertainment match, right? Like it feels like Ospreay and MJF at AEW All In at Wembley. Like that's the match.
Well, you predicted that. I think you said that.
That feels like that's the match. I like the fact that Fletcher came back and now Takeshita's the babyface. They kicked him out.
Okay, so if you want to talk about angles at the end of matches, I'll give them kudos for this. I thought this was well done. All right, so Takeshita wins fair and square, clean.
And Okada, clean win.
Yeah, Okada's kind of being a baby about it. You just lost clean, right? And then he gets attacked. Like you said, Fletcher comes out. That looks like he's going to help him out, save him, and then bam. And then we get the Fletcher and Okada trying to pick the belt up at the same time, getting the showdown face-to-face. That's an interesting one, too, because we know that match is in the bank in the future. So right. I thought that was a well-done angle to set up what you're going to get with Fletcher and Takeshita. Because Takeshita's, I feel like, mega baby face, man. I mean,
huge baby face now.
Even when he was in this group, I mean, the fans love this guy. So
yeah. So I like it. That's the way I feel. So I thought this was a good pay-per-view. They always deliver on a pay-per-views.
Swerve and Bandito was good. Joe and Ospreay was good. The women's matches delivered. Like there was not a bad match. Just the usual that it's exhausting to watch sometimes.
Bro, you can't go that long when there's no public transportation for people.
And I feel bad for the people that had to apparently, from what our friend Joe Petrella told me, works with NJ Transit. To get to the Eastern Long Island was the issue. People waiting to get back home that had to go to Eastern Long Island had no way to get back. Everybody else could get back to New York City, but going the other way, that was the issue because it was after midnight and there was no transportation around.
Oh boy, that's awful.
That's just a mess right there.
You can't have your shows going to midnight, Tony.
Yeah,
can't do that, brother.
Started an hour earlier, man. Those, like we said, when we were there in Toronto, that 3 p.m. start was like perfect.
That was, dude. I guess we got spoiled with that start. I'm gonna be honest.
3 o'clock. You're done by like 7 or 8 max, and you got the rest of the night. You know what I mean?
We killed 2 birds with 1 stone that night. We watched 2 shows that night.
We watched 2 shows that night. So I think that's AEW. Continue. What do we say? Stay on the path. Stay the course.
Don't worry about WWE. Don't try to be their competitions. Be yourself. Keep doing you. And you're seeing the product is a lot better. They're back to where they were. They're reaching the heights of 2021 again. And if people are interested in what they're bringing, because let's be honest, on the flip side, WWE is not really giving you much anymore.
That's what, and it's turning into something with WWE that it feels like wrestlers who are caught in the middle. We know all the cuts that happen, but that mid-card talent, even a guy like Dominic Mysterio has been cooled down significantly. They're not being used. They're going to be like, you know what? Why am I sticking around? I'm being asked to take pay cuts. I could just go to AEW and they'll showcase me, right? So maybe we're gonna see guys jumping ship again.
Dude, the Saturday Night Main Event, what did you think about it? It was awful, right?
Just one of those shows that, what do we say about these shows, Jimmy? It feels like nothing happens. It's just a filler show. It's a glorified house show. Nothing of significance or importance happened.
I gotta say one thing. I don't normally agree with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. They, again, they have their opinions on stuff.
Right.
But so what are we doing with Sol Ruca? Why are we making her look like some fool right now?
Yeah, I agree with that.
What are we doing?
Unless this is a payoff for now, they're getting the match and clash for the title.
But the problem is you made her. She effed up her finish. Now we're making her look foolish. We're making her look foolish with one of the best finishers in WWE. Like, I don't understand what we're doing.
I don't either, because Sol clearly has the fan support, can be on a level of popularity of a Rhea Ripley. I think she's got that in her. So unless this is a payoff for her to win this title, I don't know what they're doing, because I don't want to see we're seeing Oba wrestle Brock again. I don't want to see the rising of some of these talents.
I don't need to see Brock and Oba. I saw it at Mania.
It's happening.
I know it is. And Oba better win.
Yeah, again, I don't know if we're going to get that trio of matches that we thought. I hope Oba retires him for a second time. I liked what he said.
I loved
to
his
Paul.
promo, though.
Yeah, his promo has been good. Look, his promo has been really good since he's been on the mic. He said, hey, I'm not wrestling him to beat him. I'm wrestling him to kill him now because four F5s was personal. And Brock's saying, hey, I'm retired and I'm going to beat you. So, I mean, I hope that is, Oba puts the nail in the coffin, or if Brock wins by chicanery, we're going to get the payoff, I guess, in Minnesota. I would assume we'll see about that.
But why are we killing Obafemi's rise?
I agree.
This isn't Cody coming out of WrestleMania. Yeah. Like, this is not necessary. Again, this goes back. This has been the same problem when Austin won the title the first time in '98. I hate to reference this.
Beating a dead horse.
We're beating a dead horse here. There's no creative coming out of these plans for WrestleMania.
That's what I was going to say.
This is a problem. You need to have such stuff set up, not just for Mania, but for after Mania. And if you don't have anything for Obafemi, then why are you giving him that showcase match at WrestleMania? There needed to be something.
A plan.
There needed to be a plan. Great, you're beating Brock Lesnar. What's next? If you don't want to have him go to Roman, what's next? It should have been the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, it should have been.
Should be the next.
I agree. Yeah, it should have been some of that. If you're not going to get him to Roman yet, have him win a championship, and then he holds that championship until he wrestles Roman. We saw that with Goldberg, right? They actually had a plan for him, right? He never lost. Won the U.S. title, fought Hogan. Bam, that was it. He was the champ. He's the top guy.
Go back to Brock when he first came in.
Same
Dominant.
Thing.
Wins the King of the Ring. Wins the Intercontinental Championship. I think he just vacated the IC belt because I don't think he actually lost it. He might have lost it, but whatever. He didn't have the title going into SummerSlam that year. Wins the title. Kurt Angle, look at his rise. European title, Intercontinental belt. Wins the King of the Ring. Goes to be WWF champion. Like, have a plan for Obafemi. He is the hottest thing going right now. Do not make the same mistakes you're making with LA Knight and everybody else.
And guess what, Jimmy? You just threw out the King of the Ring, right? That's coming back. LA Knight brought it up. So if we're not going to give him the Intercontinental title, Oba, that should have been the next thing. Let him win the King of the Ring tournament. Right. That's another. Have him build all these accolades to when you do face Roman, you got every accolade there is, and then we got the showdown with Roman.
And then he can take the title.
And then he takes the title, and bam, we're off. So you made the point that I wanted to make. There's no creative on the back end. They hot shot it. They get the awesome moment. They're at the height of like, hey, we're right there, the precipice. What's next? They don't have a what's next. They don't know what's happening next. And that's why guys lose steam. Dominic Mysterio was one of the hottest acts over the past year or two. They have nothing for him. LA Knight, they have nothing for him. CM Punk is sitting home because they got nothing creatively for him. What are we doing here? There's so many guys
Why is CM Punk sitting on his butt at home?
Yeah, no creative plans. You have no. Here's a thought: CM Punk and Dominic, put them in a feud, have them wrestle. Boom, done.
Why did CM Punk go to AEW in the first place? To wrestle guys he never fought before.
Let him do that. We don't know how long he's wrestling.
I was there when he wrestled Hook, when he wrestled Powerhouse Hobbs, when he was taking on guys he never fought before.
Darby. He wrestled Darby.
All these guys. It's okay to have these matches on Raw.
Yeah.
There can be a winner. There can be a loser. If Punk loses, he loses. Who cares?
CM Punk actually said it in one of his promos. He said it's okay to play a regular season game every now and then.
Yeah.
When he was his feud with Finn Balor, he said, hey, I know what the main event is. I know what the Super Bowl is, but it's all right. I got to also partake in a regular season. And I got to wrestle other guys too. So what are we doing here? Too many guys not being involved. Creatively, the stories, they don't have plans for outside of the big moments. They don't have anything on the back end.
Because that's all they're planning for is big moments now. Ooh, and ah. We got to plan for ESPN. We got to plan for this.
We need something after.
Instead of planning your weekly TV show and hitting your mark at the pay-per-view and then planning your weekly TV show.
Right.
Wrestling is simple to book. You book your 4 weeks of wrestling, your TV, and you have your pay-per-view. And you have 0 angles out of your pay-per-view.
You build new ones the following month. Trips, we know you listen. Hi, Nick Khan, you gave us a shout-out.
Dude, buddies, we love you guys, but it's time to get back to basics. I've harped on this before. I'll harp on it again.
Back to basics, Jimmy. I like it.
Back to basics. If we can't book Raw for 2 hours or 3 hours, we got to learn to book Raw for 1 hour. And then we move to 2 hours.
Then we figure it out from there, right?
Then we figure it out from there. This is over.
The Carolina score?
It's 3-0.
All right. It was 0-0 when I went to Dynamite. You're telling me it's 3-0 now?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
As we record, it's 3-0. Live update.
Wow. What I want to say about LA Knight, I'll say this, 2 things. LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, great segment. Jimmy Uso needs to get more mic time. He needs to be given a little mini push if they can. LA Knight and the King of the Ring, still as hot as ever, still not going to get his opportunity, unfortunately, probably. And then how about Jacob? We talk about the creative being stagnant, and they have nothing. The Roman Jacob segment, the crowd was dead because
they don't care.
We don't care. You're not giving us a reason to care. Here's what you're telling me, Jacob. You don't care if you lose because win-win for you. Basically, you took off the edge. If I lose, all right, whatever. I still have a job, and I'm going to be under Roman's wing. Where's the edge if I want to win?
That's not. There's no edge there. There's nothing.
Yeah. Where's the edge if I want to win? I want to be the champ.
I want to be the guy. Think The Rock just wants to have guys under his wing?
No. Exactly.
Austin, same thing.
He wants to be the guy.
When Bret and Austin had their feud in '97, they wanted to kill each other.
That's the intensity we need. We need those 2 guys. It's too much like you said, not intense enough, right? It's that
not intense enough.
We need to see the reality and the intensity. And whether
Punk and Roman were going for Mania,
they had magic.
They have magic, right?
Yeah, right.
We need that again. We're missing it. Because why? You brought it up before. 30 years, Scott Hall, WCW. You know who I am. We're coming. And Bischoff's like, yo, who's we?
Yeah, who's we?
You know who's we.
Yeah, right.
You know who's we.
We need. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that back. But
I can't believe 30 years since Scott Hall, bro.
Yeah, that made me feel very old today. That we were 10 years old.
By the way, anybody who's listening to this and who's a wrestling, you had to be there. You just had to be there. You just had to be there. I
remember, because again, we didn't have a way to text each other at 10 years old in 1996.
The next day, bro.
The next day at school, we're like, yo, why is Razor Ramon on Nitro? What's going on? We had no clue. 10 years old, I think probably 5th or 6th grade, I would think at that point. You had to be there exactly. If you're our age or around the 35, late 30 to early 40, you know what we're talking about.
I mean, it's
a time, a place, nostalgia. That was it right there.
That was it, man. That was it.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for everybody for tuning in for the Nightcap recap. Went through a lot of stuff right now. Follow us up on Specialty Media on YouTube, Full Press Media on YouTube. We'll get our clips out like we always do on IG. Shout out to all the Knicks fans again. Thank you everybody for our support. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis, guys, take care.
Peace.